Hey yo, ah, um, how, how am I, okay, how did I mess up that badly? Jeez, what was I gonna say before I just completely went brain dead there for a few seconds? Oh, right, my intro. Hey yo, guys, girls, and everyone in between. This is Rebellious Pastry here, and sorry I flubbed that up. It's been a good while since I've messed up my intro, but it still happens somehow. But yeah. Um, so, um, so yeah. Hello. Um, hello Q, how are you? Um, Hopefully I don't flub up my intro like that in the near future, but yeah. Um so, I'm on air again. Just trying to go ahead and get as much done as I can before I go ahead and go off into like IRL obligations. But yeah. All right. So apparently Streamlabs has this music thing, which I was trying to figure it out. That's why I didn't start like a half an hour earlier, but I don't know if I want it or not. So that's just something that I'm gonna play around with until the end of time, I guess. And yeah. So, um let's see here. My announcements are I'm gonna try to go ahead and stream as much as possible between, or this entire week. I was gonna say between da 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 and da da da, but I'm just gonna say throughout the week. And, yeah. So, just to help get things done and just to help, like, get numbers. Hello. So Zach asks me, what program do you use? I use Fire Alpaca for drawing, and I use Moho Pro 13.5 for my animation. They also have like a Moho deboot version that is way cheaper, but it has so many limitations on it. And I'm like, I remember using it for like, if you scroll down into like my older videos, you'll see how I used to use Moho 12 because it was before 13.5 or before 13 and 13.5 came out. Which I'm kind of wondering when 14's gonna come out, because when 14 comes out, I'm gonna have to go ahead and spend another 100 upgrading it. But yeah, because like if you have the pro version and you want the next level up, you only have to pay 100 versus like your normal like 400, which I didn't even pay 400 for pro. I got it as a part of a Christmas sale for half off a few years ago. So yeah. But yeah. They have I'm personally am very anti-Adobe. Just because of like a story which I've actually made a video about. I think Adobe is overpriced, and it's also like overpriced for under function. So yeah. I think it is one of the worst animation softwares out there. But yeah. That's yeah. Man. And then as far as Toon Boom goes, I don't know what to say about that because I don't know. I know somebody that uses it, but I don't talk to them. And they were back when I knew them, they were very lazy about learning the software. So I don't know about Toon Boom. As soon as someone uses Toon Boom, please let me know how that goes. But yeah. I doubt I'll ever switch from Moho though, because it's just so like yes, animation has a like a very very steep learning curve, but Moho at least is easy, or like it's pretty intuitive for an animation software, so I can't really complain too much about like it literally took me but here's the thing. It took me a year to learn how to animate, but honestly, the year that I chose to learn how to animate was literally the year from hell. So, I have a feeling that if I wasn't learning animation in 2020, I probably would have learned it quicker, I'd say. But yeah. Um oh man. I literally chose the worst year ever to learn. Not worst year ever to learn how to animate, just like the worst year ever to anything. And animating is just how I chose to spend my time. Or learning how to animate was just how I chose to spend my time. But yeah. Um but yeah. Wait. Whoops. Where did my I accidentally covered up my view count. What is wrong with me, man? But yeah. I use Moho to animate. I'm gonna go to live chat because top chat is stupid. Um you also use Moho? Did you get the idea of using Moho from me, or did you go ahead and find it yourself? Because like so when I how I got the idea to use Moho, I personally got it from um I personally got it from like an artist at a convention. I'm like, "Yo, I want to start animating like next year. What is your recommendations for what to use?" And then they said Moho. And then I ended up watching a YouTube how to start for like how I got Fire Alpaca and also Audacity. I also use Audacity for voice recordings, which I'd say it's pretty good for what I need it for. I personally would never see me would never yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I personally don't think I need anything more complicated because I'm not ever going to be going into the music industry primarily. Um Hey, do you know any other languages? No, I do not. Um but yeah. Um Do you know any other languages? Wait, that sent twice. Did you accidentally send the send Did you accidentally send the send button twice? The send button. What am I saying? Ah, words. Uh, um, you don't send the send button. You send the message. But yeah, you get what I'm trying to say. English is difficult. Um, but yeah. Um, also, for whatever reason, the states, the states are very, very, very like, hey, you need to learn English and be very good at it, okay? Instead of, let's actually be able to speak in more than one language, okay? Um, but yeah. Um, so that's that. Um, Veggie Club has, alright. But yeah, um, I honestly think I honestly think the school system should teach um more than one language here, because like it's pretty like, I don't know, it's pretty one-sided to expect everyone to learn English. Um but um English is the top business language, so there's that. Um but yeah. Um I had options to go ahead and take other language classes, but by the time I had the option, it was just like, oh, I gotta go ahead and but yeah. Oh, sorry, I got sidetracked. But yeah. Um, by the time I got a chance to go ahead and learn different languages, I was like already swamped in like English and other classes. And the older you get, the harder it is to learn a new language. So, um, I mean, I guess younger the children, the better it is to teach them a foreign language. So that they can actually be able to speak something other than English when they grow up. But yeah, that's just what I think. Which hopefully, we'll be able to go ahead and learn more sign language in the future to come. Because like basically what sign language is basically a way for people who are hard of hearing, so that they can go ahead and actually um so that they can actually be able to have conversations, but yeah, and actually be able to do things. But yeah, um I hopefully the school system encourages um hopefully the school system encourages to go ahead and have us learn more like sign language. I've always wanted to draw but never had time. And if art school was already I or I would I'm guessing that's acceptable. Then imagine how it would have been. um Now it's been a while, so I'm gonna go ahead and reword that and say, to help you out here, and say that if you had access to art in school, then you would be able to actually draw. But since you haven't gotten to go to art school, you haven't gotten to draw in years. Is that what you're trying to say? Um, if not, you can correct me. Um, but yeah. Um, it's definitely important to go ahead and break down language barriers too. Um, but yeah. The states just like to go ahead and have like people not be able to um speak anything but their English for whatever reason. But I honestly think the school system in America at least miss so many valuable lessons because they're just caught up in like test scores. Um and that's just a failure on their part. Um Hopefully they can go ahead and fix it in the future, because like yeah. Um but yeah, let's see here. Cucumber. Oh, I almost forgot tomatoes on this club. Jeez. And then I think onions also go on this too. But yeah. I'm also drawing these sandwiches from memory, so I might not get them 100% accurate. But yeah. Let's see here, and then I'm gonna actually save these this time. But yeah. Well, I should color in my tomatoes, don't you think? But yeah. What other channel announcements do I have? I'm gonna think of them as I continue here. But onions. Okay. Also onions. What other things? Oh, the birthday banner and I decided to pull out my birthday stuff a little early on the channel just because I'm gonna be leaving for a trip on Friday, and I wanted to make sure I had like all the channel stuff set before I left. And yeah, and also, sharing your saws in half drawing competition. I'm gonna extend that again. Since I'm gonna go ahead and actually make a tab post actually this time, but due to just like delays, just like IRL delays and whatnot, I'm going to, extend the sharing your saws in half competition, I think, until the end of this month. Or is that too much time? I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out and get back to it. Get back to you on it. Oh, right, YouTube decided to go ahead and but yeah. Decided to don't stop commenting. It's not disturbing. I'm just trying to make sure I'm getting I'm sorry for bad English. I can tell that you're having troubles. Hello, Tass. You don't have to stop commenting. You don't have to stop commenting. I'm just trying to go ahead and be better at like people who are I'm just trying to be better at like translating things or whatever. I don't like to think of any of my batch members as a pain or anything. Like, you guys are people, not problems. And if you were a problem, then you wouldn't be here. So, yeah. Because, like, yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what you're saying, that's all. Don't ever feel like you're a pain. Unless you're being a pain. And you're not being a pain. If anything, I'm being the pain. Because I don't know anything but English. But yeah. It's so weird to draw sandwiches without meat. But yeah. There we go. And I'm gonna make one of the sections pink, or not pink, green, because it's a veggie club. But yeah. Sorry if I sound a little tired today. I did a lot yesterday between stream and seeing my IRL friends, or seeing some IRL friends that I haven't gotten to see in a year. Which that was like very like that was a lot of energy just being put into seeing people, which I'm not like ever since COVID, I'm just not used to having that much energy being put on I just started. But yeah. But yeah. Um, what else I'm saying? Oh yeah. Seeing people who you haven't gotten to see in a while. Um, and the fact that I literally am still desocialized from COVID somewhat. Um, but yeah, I definitely feel like COVID definitely is gonna have a social damper for a good bit. But yeah. Um um the world is still recovering from a virus, but yeah. Um so also, just so you guys know, I'm still working on getting my I'm still getting my um getting I'm guess working towards my 100 sub, or not 100 sub. I'm just my brain is spaghetti today, apparently. But yeah, to be fair though, I have definitely made worse audio errors, like sharing your saw in half. Brought to you by this very channel, apparently. But yeah, I am. I wouldn't say that I'm the best stream show host, but I'm definitely the best at not like at. But yeah, um, but yeah. What am I even saying on this stream today? um, I don't think I hadn't. Wait, I didn't even have coffee today. I had tea today. I was gonna say, I didn't have enough coffee today. Which I don't even have a coffee, so. But tea. Tea has caffeine. They're at least the stuff I drink. Some have caffeine and some don't. So, yeah. I'm just trying to get more traction in here through, like, friends. Both channel it. Both, or mostly on the channel friends, but yeah. There's a veggie club. New. I'm trying to get better at my forgetting to save things when I literally work on something and then hop off and then hop back on. But yeah, let's see. Perfect. The perfect sandwich. Only one thing is missing: a glass of lemonade. I feel like if I were to put the lemonade in the put lemonade in the shot, then it would kind of mess up like what I'm going for. But yeah. If I was drawing a meal just for the sake of it and not for like a specific like, hey you, there's like you know that there's a veggie club, right? I'm just making fun of people. What I mean by not knowing how to order sandwiches is there's some people who literally order like a sandwich that is supposed to have meat on it without the meat. Like, the meat is the main component of that specific sandwich, and yet when you order it without meat, what are you doing? Like, like, you're paying for the sandwich with meat when you literally don't have meat. But yeah, oh man. But to be fair, most of this channel is me poking fun of myself, so just poking fun of life in general, so you can't really expect me to do much. That isn't what I already do, so yeah. Let's see here, and then I'm gonna do but yeah, let's see who, okay, but yeah, um, Discord is very interesting. It literally shows you everything that everyone is doing. Literally everyone. But yeah. But yeah. I am on air. Why am I scrolling through Discord? I don't know. But yeah. But yeah. Gotta love how people are sending me messages sometimes when I'm like, oh, I'm on air. Whoosh. But yeah. Vegan? Let's see here. At this specific sandwich shop, there's nothing that you could really do for a vegan, and unless you were to go ahead and do a veggie wrap. Do a veggie wrap with veggie wrap veggie club with no cheese. But I'm talking about vegetarian, which if you don't know the difference between a vegetarian and a vegan, I'll go ahead and tell you. So a vegetarian can go ahead and have like things like eggs, cheese, like they just don't have meat. Now vegans can't have, or more like some of them legitimately can't have it, and others just like it's for the environment or whatnot, but like they can't have, so of course both groups can't have meat, but vegans can't have eggs, milk, cheese, like anything that comes from an animal, which, whoops, I almost understand nothing, and you are speaking too fast. I am so sorry about that. But yeah, it's kind of a stream thing, I think, when I speak fast. But yeah, if anyone ever, but yeah, so let me restart this so that my friend can understand, or the batch member. Let's see here. So vegetarians versus vegans. Vegetarians are basically like they can have anything but meat. And then vegans can't have anything that can't have anything that comes from an animal, such as cheese, milk, eggs. Gelatin is a question. Question as old as time. Can vegans have gelatin? I think the answer is no. But they do have like gelatin substitute. Which, what do they, because apparently in gelatin, they use, like, horse hooves. Which, I think, it took me until, like, I don't know how long to learn that, fact, but, yeah. So, so vegans cannot have gelatin. Um, but then again, I am not a vegetarian or a vegan, so I would recommend you ask a vegetarian or a vegan what they can and cannot have, because I don't live that lifestyle or like dietary style, so I can't exactly answer all of your questions about vegans versus vegetarians. I can tell you the baseline, but all I can tell you is I personally could not live without meat, so I could never be a vegetarian or a vegan. But I do have immense respect for everyone who is a vegetarian or a vegan, because like I just couldn't personally. But yeah, I'm currently working on. I know the difference between vegetarians and vegans. I think vegans are very safe. But yeah, different different countries, it's easier or harder to go ahead and have different dietary restrictions in different countries. I personally think that the states tend to make it hard on everybody to go ahead and eat well, because like we have a lot of like processed things here, which we kind of created this mess. But yeah, I'm not gonna get too much into politics, but yeah, um there's a reason of why I don't specifically say no politics on air. But like um as long as people are not screaming on the top of their lungs, or like um I guess in this case it'd be like typing very fast in all caps, but or all capital letters, just like put your caps lock on and just completely like scream. I guess that's how you scream on the internet. But yeah, as long as people aren't like causing havoc, we can talk about anything that is channel appropriate that we want to. Now, the question of if something's channel appropriate or not is all up to me. And me and my wishes. Because this is my channel that I literally spend a ton of time on. But yeah, different creators have different guidelines, and then YouTube has a set of guidelines too. So of course all YouTube channels. Hello Rain Kid. Hello Apple Juice. Or QA. Is it okay? QA, is it okay if I go ahead and just call you QA? Like, I've been calling you QA for years. Or do you want me to call you Apple Juice? I could go ahead and get used to Apple Juice if you want. I'm just, like, used to calling you QA. But if Apple Juice is a channel name, then I would go ahead and congratulate you on, okay, yeah, you can just call me QA. Alrighty, is Apple Juice like a channel name or something? Are you, because if so, I applaud you on trying YouTube again. Because I know that you were trying to launch a channel and then you ended up, needing to take care of some things, and then, now you're back, so if you start YouTube, or if you don't start YouTube, it is fully up to you. But yeah. But yeah. So, hello, Rain Kid. I just use apple juice as my username. Alrighty. Any story behind it, or is it just apple juice? I would probably say, I'd probably say that QA is the longest standing batch member that have been on things. I don't even know when she decided to start watching my channel. I know for a fact it was back when I was using the old style of moho. I know that much. I remember back when I thought it was a good idea to go ahead and have everything connected to each other. I think it was shortly after that. Were you here for like the first posting of Camp Potato? Or is that too far back? Or what I mean by the first posting is like I've been like, oh, make sure you check out Camp Potato. I know the animation sucks on it, but the story is good, and Camp Potato is literally the reason for my channel. Also, why is it that my pen keeps on sliding up in digits and thickness without my permission? At least it's only up to 16 this time, but still. Pen, I am the boss here, not you. But yeah. Hello, Rain. I'd have to think about that. Yeah, I'm having a hard time figuring out when you were first here. I think I was still in double digits or newly in triple digits. Hopefully I'm gonna hit quadruple within like at least I guess the next year, I guess. But yeah. I know for a fact that you were here before. You were the donut batch before it was the donut batch. Definitely. Most definitely. Also did see the Camp Potato story. Yeah. You did see Camp Potato. But were you there for when Camp Potato launched? Let's see here. But yeah. You did see Camp Potato. Yeah, you did, I think. But yeah. So next, I'm gonna start next stream season like I have been starting stream seasons since, like, I guess season 3 or 2. Holy crap, we're on 5 already. And I'm just calling seasons just because, like, it's just a good word to go ahead and, describe, just, like, the breaks and whatnot. But, yeah, so, as far as the stream shows go, I do, 2 seasons a year, and, I do 2 seasons a year, and, one of them starts at, let's see here. I'm going to start with the one that starts in January. So, one goes from January till, I guess, May this year. May or June, depending on what I'm up to. It was until June last year, but I'm happy for Matt. Yeah, I am happy for him too. I just got a little, but yeah, I'm going to go ahead and continue on with what I was saying. Before I talk about PBR, I'm going to go ahead and pin that comment so that I don't forget. But yeah, or wait, I'd have to actually go to YouTube to pin. Like, you would think with how long I've done YouTube and how long I've done streams that I would actually remember how to do things. But, so my stream seasons tend to go from, from January till April to May, depending on what I'm up to, um and then the second season of the year goes from um August till December. Whoops. All right, August till December. So like, let's see here. I need to remember what layers I'm on. But yeah. Um and to those who say I've never been a skill issue, that's definitely a lie and a half. But um I'm not always a skill issue, that's the thing. Um but yeah. Um um and then like, so between the end of the season, or end of the year season, and the beginning of the year season, the beginning of the year after, I tend to only take a few weeks off, or even I've started those seasons back to back, but I this year I decided to take a few weeks between, which I think is good because it gives time for Christmas and New Year's. But yeah, I'll figure it out next year. But yeah, it's just all about how I'm feeling and if I can find guests. So yeah. Um, and now to address um also, all right, hold on. Y'all know Rob made those fake screenshots. So man, why? Now I honestly don't understand. Like, I was like, this guy just like, why is Rob doing this? What? Why is Rob doing this? And also, hey Tass. I honestly don't understand why Rob is like taking down stuff. Like, I thought he was a good animator, but apparently not. But I'm not gonna get too much onto that problem on air. But yeah. Um and then, as I promised QA, Matt and Michael. It's not Mitchell, it's Michael. So yeah. Um so I am happy for Matt and Michael, but I also have some criticisms for what they decided to do with the channel. Like, they literally left their almost 100K. They left their almost 100K. Also, who's Rob? Rob is a storytime animator that apparently made fake screenshots about Rain Kid. And which, what the hell? This isn't supposed to be going on with the storytime animation community. Storytime animators should band together. But yeah, it's just a huge debacle. And yeah, like, I thought Rob was a good guy, and then he decided to pull stuff on Rain Kid, which, when I'm like, this guy, I meant like to Rob, not to Rain Kid. But yeah, I don't know why are people arguing with the story time? Why are you pulling vlogger shit? But yeah, but yeah, that's all I'm saying about Rob for this on the channel. But yeah, but yeah. Let's see here. Um, do, do, do. Um, right, I was talking about Matt and Michael from Powered by Rainbows, wasn't I? So yes, I'm happy for them. Yes, I'm excited for them, but come on, guys. You guys should have like you guys literally abandoned the channel for like months. Like and for those of you who don't know, Powered by Rainbows is a channel that pretty much helped me figure out how I wanted to run things other than doing the like I knew for a fact that I wanted to be a storytime animator, but I didn't know how exactly to run a YouTube channel. So I pretty much loosely based off how I treated how I ran things based off of his channel. And then just like I was kind of like just taking what I liked from his model and pretty much applying it to how I thought about things. And then he ended up like taking a 6 month break from YouTube. And everyone was like, what the heck? I thought something happened to the guy because of the because of like the abrupt stop of the channel. Which yeah, I honestly thought that yeah. Well, let's see here. Maybe let's see here. Well, maybe they wanted to focus on the relationship and forget about the stress of a channel. Well, here's the thing. When you have a channel, you have people who look up to you. And if you were to just ghost the channel, then yeah, I personally think it is channel, or I personally think it's channel, or like I honestly think it's a fan mistreatment if you just ghost a channel like that. Like like he didn't even leave a note about his disappearance. Why is this still on top chat? This should be on live chat. But like even when I had to drop things on the channel for a good bit, I'm like, I'm so sorry guys, but I was telling you guys about what was going on. Like I said, IRL obligations was kicking my ass. And also I was literally fighting my internet. Which luckily I got someone from IRL obligation to fix it. But yeah, that's just my personal opinion about like how to run a channel. Like I personally like oh man, QA is probably gonna be like not this again. But let's see here. True, but Daniel Howell after coming out abandoned his channel for 2 years and then suddenly came back up. Well, channel abandonment, like I personally just can't stand channel abandonment because yeah, but yeah, yeah. Imagine if I just like did an entire video on like fan treatment and mistreatment. No, I'm not gonna do that because it wouldn't fit the channel's brand, but yeah. But yeah. Um it's just hard, you know. Um, but yeah, I feel bad about abandoning my channel, but I'd watch it. I'm not talking about you. All right. There was also a channel. But so like I'm going to go ahead and say that if you have a stable following and you abandon your channel, you should at least you shouldn't like just completely just like I know some people like they're just trying out YouTube and whatnot, but if you leave a stable following for more than a month without explanation, your fans will worry, and yeah. I thought something seriously happened to Matt. I thought something seriously happened to him. But yeah. Let's see. But yeah. I thought something serious happened to Matt and I got concerned. And I personally don't like it when people just ghost. Don't matter if it's on the channel, off the channel, but yeah. Like, he could have been like, hey, he could have written a note that's like, hey, I'm gonna be quitting the channel for a good bit because I want to spend time with my boyfriend. That's, and then, yeah. There was also a channel with my friend and us to make videos just to make fun of him. He sent them to me and I edited them. Yeah, stopped the channel due to school and work. Now there's a difference between stopping the channel for school and work and also stop and also stopping the channel for school and work without telling what's going on. Like, but yeah, there's definitely a difference. But yeah. But yeah. So, but yeah, sorry I'm like ranty today. I don't know why. Okay, yeah, it could be because I'm tired, but yeah. But yeah. That and also like fan mistreatment is not good in my opinion. But yeah. And who's Sam? I don't like rant. I know I like rants. But QA. Oh man. Also Prime. Also, Prime is apparently like one of the fastest growing sports drinks, which it shouldn't be because Logan Paul sucks. Yeah. I swear, QA is probably just gonna like make a video of all the times Pastry says Logan Paul sucks. And then Logan Paul might see it and it's just like, wow, this little bread roll thinks that I think he'd probably dead pronoun me and be like, she thinks she's all that. But yeah, then I'd be like, at least I don't like spam, or at least I don't scam my fans using like a cryptocurrency game. But yeah, let's see here. But yeah, but yeah, But that is neither here or there. It just happened. I just don't trust him with my views and subscribes. But yeah. But yeah. Ah. But yeah. File new. Let's see here. And then I'm gonna do this. But yeah. In all honesty, people who are trying to start drama should stop. 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 Stop it is stop. But yeah, especially animators. Animators should have known better, man. Should have fucking known better than to start shit with us. Or with each other. That's the vlogger's job. I don't know if that's channel appropriate. But yeah, we're just gonna go with it. But yeah. Screaming. Screaming would work. But yeah. Do you go by he, they? So this is a, I'm trying he. I'm trying he, okay? I am still on the, let's see here. Pronouns. Alright. Hey, yo!
Hi.
Sorry, I'm just all ranty today.
Nah, that's good. Unfortunately, I can't really stay long, but it's nice to be on here. Say hi.
You sound a little sick, buddy. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm doing good. A little raspy, though.
Yeah, how's your wrist?
Getting better.
I know that's how, but yeah, just as a little announcement, I'm personally trying to see if he is an acceptable pronoun for myself.
Yeah, that's nice.
But,
Congrats.
as if people need another option on what pronoun to call me. I literally go by any pronoun that is not he or she.
Yeah.
But yeah. So can you give me a channel update, my friend?
Yeah, just kind of chilling right now, trying to get as much audio work done as I can. And that's about it right now.
Yeah. Would you agree with me if I were to tell you that animation is basically like the cookie clicker of production hobbies? I do so much clicking for animation. Like half of whenever I use the line tool for drawing, it's mostly clicking. But yeah. How much clicking do you do for your channel?
Probably more than I weigh. I definitely should.
Click, 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 click. It's like I feel like sometimes I'm abusing the crap out of my mouse. But yeah, I know I asked you this like yesterday, but Sunday stream shows?
Yeah, for sure. I definitely want to come on some in the future.
No, I'm talking about your show.
Oh.
Yours is the one on Sunday, not mine.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Soon as the risk gets better, I'd love to.
You silly. You think I stream on Sundays?
That's great. I have to remember when my birthday is, so.
So when is your birthday this year?
Let's go with September 3rd.
My
All right, so, yep, thanks for, I appreciate you letting me on.
Okay.
I gotta go, but thanks for having me on. Have a good night, everybody.
Wait, night? It's literally 1:50 in the afternoon in my time zone.
That's pretty close.
You know there's something called an afternoon, right?
Yeah, I forget sometimes.
You know I'm just giving you crap just because I'm your friend. But yeah. Oh man, you know that I just give you a hard time just because I platonically love you. See you later.
See ya.
Bye. So yeah. Yeah. He's definitely like one of the yeah. But yeah. Animation Station is definitely one of the best. Why do I keep on scrolling like that? I don't know. I can't decide what I'm doing sometimes, but Tess seems like he's doing pretty well. I'm always asking him about the wrist because he broke it. Because he does things other than animation on his free time. And but yeah. What is it with me and doing like the primary colors palette for this time? But yeah. But yeah. Back to Matt and Michael. I hope that we get to see more videos, or at least he stays more updated with things, because like I personally like to know what's going on. If I'm subscribed to somebody, I personally like to know what's going on with them if they stop posting for whatever reason. It's just like my concernment, as well as just like comfort. But yeah. Concernment. That should have went on the no. I'm gonna keep that one out. Because I already have the stuff recorded for that video. I know this is a pretty silly question, but do all the strangers I meet on the internet keep asking you? Let's see here. Let me go ahead and read that. I know this is a pretty silly question, but do all of the strangers you meet on the internet keep asking you if you like Shrek? No, not exactly. You probably are in like some type of Shrek fan base thing. The only times I've really mentioned Shrek on here is when I say that that Shrek was worked on by bad animators because no one wanted to work on it originally. Pretty much Shrek was made by the people who failed on the Prince of Egypt as like animation. But yeah. But yeah. Let's see here. I'm gonna put the hashtag when saving this one. But yeah. That's just but yeah. Shrek is a pretty good movie for a children's movie, I think. But like is is Shrek made in your language? Um, I would think so. It's a pretty like mainstream thing. Um, but yeah. Um, there we go. Um, but yeah. Um, Shrek was made by DreamWorks, I think. Also made they also made the Prince of Egypt too. So yeah. I I think you somehow managed to go ahead and you somehow ran into like a weird Shrek fan base, I think. I just like Shrek movies. I'm not a part of the Shrek fandom because it's very strange there. Almost all fandoms are strange. I'm just not like the whole concept of a fandom is also strange. I'm kind of curious to see why why my fandom or why my base isn't as strange as the other ones quite yet. But yeah, fan bases are weird in general. I love mine though, platonically, of course. Um, but yeah. Um, um, the whole concept of fan bases are interesting, but yeah. Um, um, do 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 do. Well, I'm gonna. Um, I would consider this a fandom. I'd say. Um, do you have a fandom? The Donut Batch is technically my fandom. I think. I'm gonna try out the music stuff again. Okay, so that's how that works. All right. Um, I know I'm very silly, but I would say the Donut Batch is a fan base, and I think that a fan base and a fan base and a fandom are two of the same things. Like I definitely have. Well, I think it's kind of strange. You have a lot of subscribers, and yet you always have an average of 4 people watching. Well, the reason for that is um so whenever I do like my scheduled shows, people actually know when I'm streaming. I'm just like um free flowing things as far as streaming goes right now. Why? Okay. Pen, you need to behave. Um but um here's the thing. For one, my batch is very like spread out with like what times they're available. One and two, I started this randomly. I didn't schedule it by any means. And in general, if you do a random stream versus doing like a scheduled stream, you tend to get better attendance for the scheduled stream, but if you do a scheduled stream and then miss it, then people will get upset and frustrated. So I'm personally choose to go ahead and go with um like the safer option since I'm not currently doing my normal shows. But I feel like the best way to get people to go ahead and watch your streams is just to make sure that, just to go ahead and always schedule your streams. This is also an odd time for people. There's still people with school and other IRL obligations like work and whatnot. This is just a bad time for people in the States to be watching streams. And I'm just doing it to go ahead and make sure I get stuff out there. And it's also accountability. But yeah, so, that's what I'm gonna say to that question. Just so you know, this is not an official Q&A stream. I'm just doing whatever gets a conversation started. And yeah, but yeah. Let's see here. This odd hour is definitely explaining why I'm not getting. Let's see here. Let's see here. And on the last live stream, I didn't understand very well when you said, when I asked you to draw JoJo, and it was, so it's both actually. It's both actually. It's both copyright and also like the fact that I'm not a big fan of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It's both. Meaning like it's not one or the other, it's both. But yeah, that's just like, yeah. Um. Um. Let's see. How long have I been streaming here? An hour and 13 minutes. How long could I be streaming here for? I don't know. If we had more chat, I'd have more to bounce off of. Let's see here. I'm gonna go ahead and just, turn on the music and draw, and if anyone has any ideas for what I'll talk about, then I'll go ahead and talk. Alright, I'm gonna figure out this music widget first, though. I want to switch what kind of songs we're doing here. But yeah. Or I think I might need to create a new source. Let's see here. Get out of here. Do you play a game? I personally don't really play games that often anymore. I used to be a gamer, and then I pretty much was like, nope, I'm gonna be an animator instead. Let's see here. App Store. App Store Home. Open this thing. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up some chill stuff. And also, this is, I'm testing out the new function of the, let's see here. View playlist. But yeah, add as an audio source. let's see here. Had enough with dubstep. But yeah. Let's see here. I'm just gonna keyboard slam the name here. Because I don't think you guys can see it. Stop it, dubstep. Ah. Alright, but yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and just play this now. See what it does. This one does. But yeah. I think I'm gonna go ahead and actually end the stream for today. I'm probably gonna have more energy tomorrow. And yeah, I'm gonna just work on videos off air. And yeah, I platonically love you, my donut